Welcome to the Mizzle Dub Show. Welcome to the Mizzle Dub Show. 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 Dub Show. Welcome to the Mizzle Dub Show.
Wait, whoa. Before you say anything, let me just say this real quick because it doesn't come and I need it. And yes, that's my son that was in the background. But Raiders. You see it. You see it.
But you forgot to do you forgot to do one thing.
What's that?
Forgot to do this.
I don't need the
You
music.
got to put the song.
I don't need it. No. I understand.
Yes, you do.
Well, yeah,
Yes, you do.
So it's okay. So just pause. Raiders. Okay, so we're good. We're good. I'm not trying to go rub it in because you.
No. I'll rub it in for you because I'm just going to say this as I put the music on pause. And welcome to a very passionate edition of the Mizzle Dub Show. He's Derek Carr. I'm dressed in pink, showing support for cancer awareness. Fuck cancer.
I wear it all day at work.
Yes,
I wear it at work all day.
So, and I do my job also with my pink wristband. As you can see, he's having his Michelob Ultra victory celebration, and rightfully so, because all we've been saying since about week 2 of this season, we have said plethora of times on this show, and as we watch games, because that's what we do, we kept saying there's a certain guy from the University of Alabama that wears number 28, which we don't have to go through the story because it's from living in your car.
Beautiful story.
To now being in the NFL.
Beautiful story.
Like I said, he has a fan for life from this guy right here.
Indeed.
And even if he didn't play for my brother's favorite team, he's still a fan for me just because of his freaking story alone. That's
I would be the same. It just so happens that he
same thing.
He fell.
Same story with Darren Waller. I don't care if he played for the freaking Jets. Same thing. Just saying. But okay, now to answer your question, he is now. I think it came. Okay, hold on.
He should be the number. He should be He should be the number 2 or 3 leading rusher in the NFL right now.
He's at number 3.
Okay, well that could change. We don't know anything until after Monday night, so we won't know anything until Tuesday.
Correct.
Depending on who's ahead of him, but as of right now, I just want to say, Dave Ziegler should be on the phone right now with his agent, and they need to be hashing out a deal right now before he gets too expensive at the end of the year. My man ran for 3 touchdowns today, 3 of them.
Hat trick. I think that's his second 3 career touchdown game because he had one against Carolina opening day a couple of years ago. Anyhow, the man said, 4, come here. Give me. I'm even going to prop for you. Hold that thought, fans.
Oh, this is what
I love you, but give me the ball. Or as Keyshawn Johnson wrote a book a long time ago,
give me the damn ball.
Just throw me the damn ball. DC, give me the rock. Well,
and let's just say one thing else. The running game was so good, DC didn't have to do much. But what I love about what DC did, The offensive line wasn't giving him much time, but he used his feet. And on certain passes, he used it. The pass to Foster Moreau where he used his feet to throw it down, beautiful. I love it.
Well, heck, the dart he threw to Matt Collins, that touchdown down the seam, put it right smack dab in his hands.
No.
And Matt Collins is a very, very strong young man.
Well,
anyhow,
you see who I'm supporting today.
And
I didn't put on my Waller.
Well,
I didn't put on my Renfro. I put on my DC.
Would you say?
Shout out to little big brother, because without him, I didn't get this.
Would you say that Derek Carr was a very quiet 21 for 27?
Quiet.
A very quiet 21 for 27.
Can you say efficient? But see, here's this thing. The efficiency came because we had a running game. Now hold on. I believe, brother, we have finally established our identity, which we knew. Me and you knew our identity before the season started. We knew that the Raiders' identity is run the ball because we have a bell cow. Feed him the ball, and that's going to open up the wide receiver. I mean, Mac Hollins had the touchdown. Devontae Adams had a quiet, solid game. Hunter Renfro had a solid, quiet game. And guess what? We didn't have Darren Waller, but we do have that tight end from LSU named Foster Monroe, and he just happened to be a quiet, catching everything that was tossed his way.
How do you have a quiet 8 catches for 95 yards in your Devontae Adams? Which, oh, by the way, congratulations, 700 career receptions, and how appropriate he catches number 7 from the guy that threw him many a balls at Fresno State in Derek Carr. But yeah.
But wait, say it again. He had a quiet what? What was his stats? A quiet what?
8 catches for 95 yards.
And you're not going to speak up on that because it was all about Josh Jacobs. Jacobs was the one that just did it seemed like every run. I don't think he had a negative a rush today. Maybe 1 or 2, but that was here or there. But I don't think he had nothing negative.
You know what the ironic thing about that is? His longest run of the day was only a 15-yard run. That was the longest run of the day, but still ran for $143. And if the game and if Harmon does not take that pick 6 and make that house call, I kept saying he might have another career high because the last 2 weeks he set career highs for rushing.
So basically, what he's saying to this organization is, I'm dedicated. Just pay me. He already came out. I watched the interview with him. He already said he loves the Raiders. I mean, of course, you're going to say that because that's part of your organization. That's who drafted you. But you can feel genuine from certain players when they say where they want to be. Yes, Derek Carr said he wanted to be drafted by the Texans because guess what? That's where his brother was. That's what his family knows. Texans. But yes, we know he's a Raider fan. Raiders drafted him. He wants to be a Raider. You sign players who want to be in your organization and do not want to hurt your pockets, i.e., I'm switching sports. Jordan Poole and Wiggins could have went and got way more money anywhere else, but they wanted to stay home and play with the Warriors because they know their role and they know their best chance of winning another title.
And not only that, they want to carry that torch when Steph, Clay, and Dre, if Dre decide to move on, they want to carry on. They want to carry on that tradition.
The culture
that has happened since Joe Lake and Peter Guber have taken over this franchise. Again, I mean, culture is really real in sports. It really is. You can see when it's good. You can see when it's bad. Because, for example, stick with the Warriors. It could have went to flat out straight hell after Kevin Durant with his whining and this, that, and the third.
Yes.
Okay. The Warriors did everything possible to make him comfortable. The face of the franchise said, "Here, you take it. Go take it." But you can see the Warriors' record without Kevin Durant, the Warriors' record without Wardell. Wardell is still the straw that stirs the franchise's drink. And now you see Kevin Durant is miserable over there in Brooklyn, New York.
Yes.
Saying what he said.
Yes.
He's now starting to realize, I had it good in the Bay. Why did I leave? I could have had a third ring. I could have a third ring on my finger, but no, I decided to go play with, what.
Whatever. I'll say this.
If,
I'll say this. Is Kevin Durant a better overall player than Curry? I will say yes. I will say yes because Kevin Durant has Curry can't post up. Curry can't do that Kevin Durant does. So I would say now this is not me down talking Curry because I believe Curry has changed the game like Jordan did. There's nothing that you can say that Curry has done that you see every video. They're doing Curry drills and don't nobody think about going to the basket no more because we want to shoot threes. But all around basketball player, Kevin Durant is hands down better than Curry. Argue me all you want to. But his biggest mistake was he wants. The thing is, you have to understand your role as a basketball player. Yes, you're the best in the NBA. There's nobody stopping you, bro. You are dominant. But when you get a gift of Stephen Curry, who knows he's better than you per se, but he takes a back seat because all he cares about is putting rings on his finger.
Winning.
That's what separated Kobe from everybody else. Kobe didn't give a fuck about stats. He didn't give a damn. All he wanted to do was put this on his hand. Those are rare players. Kevin Durant, this is what separates Kevin Durant from Curry. Kevin Durant is a stat player. Curry is a ring chaser.
Because if it was about chasing rings, you would have stayed in the Bay. You would have stayed.
Easy.
Okay. And now Andrew Wiggins has become the beneficiary because now his game has been elevated since he came to the Warriors.
Now, let me tell you this. Harrison Barnes, the reason why we got Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant couldn't do what Kevin Durant did what Harrison Barnes couldn't do.
Make an open shot.
So, Harrison Barnes is gone. We get Kevin Durant. We're like, yes. Okay. Kevin Durant gets in his feelings. He goes. Wiggins is now what Harrison Barnes should have been before we got KD. That wing player that can score, because they looked at Harrison Barnes. Go ahead and shoot that, bro. It's like how they look at Draymond Green. Go ahead and shoot that, bro. You're not making that. You're not Clay and you're not Steph. They're gonna get theirs, but we're gonna leave you open. And that's how Cleveland won their championship. Besides that, Draymond Green did what he did to LeBron and whatever with the crotch kick, but anything else. No, the Warriors lost that finals because Harrison Barnes couldn't hit the side of a barnyard.
No. And we like Harrison Barnes. He's a good person.
He's a North Carolina Tar Heel. So you already know.
And Barnes is a very solid basketball player. Barnes is very solid for us in 2014, 2015, helping us win the title. Yeah. So this is no knock on Harrison Barnes because Harrison Barnes has been a solid player in this league and is a terrific human being.
He's a Tar Heel. He's a Tar Heel.
Okay. I'm not a shooter by any means, but I guarantee you I would have hit at least 2 of those wide open shots. I'm just saying. Because, okay, when me and him play on the basketball court, we'll get back on track in a minute, but when me and him play basketball, I was one of his favorite teammates for a reason. One, because I, stand in one spot, but I knew my role. If he had the ball in his hand, all I had to do was just cut to the basket. He was going to give it to me. All I had to do was just go off the backboard. Simple. Simple stuff. But anyhow, back to Josh Jacobs.
Oh, my God.
Do not let this man leave Allegiant Stadium without putting some ink to paper. Because if you want to call this a walk year, we can call this a walk year. But at the same time, the man the last 3 games has been running out of his flipping mind.
Bro, over 500 yards in 3 games.
That's half of 1,000 yards, folks.
In 3 games. And wait, 3 touchdowns today. I think he had in the Chiefs games, he had 2, 1 or 2?
He had 1.
And the week before that, I think he had 2. I could be wrong. But, and I'll say this. I think if Josh Jacobs, they picked up his fifth option, he'll still be running like this. He came to training camp. His body was good. He, you know what I'm saying? He said he hired a nutrition. He figured out what he needs to do to be 100% through the football. Knock on wood, around this time last year, he was hurt. He had a lingering injury. You can clearly see his body. He took care of his body over the offseason, for sure.
Okay, at the rate it's going right now, at his rate right now.
Yes.
Okay. Against the Broncos, ran for $144.
Easy.
Against the Chiefs, for $154.
Easy.
He had 2 touchdowns against Denver, 1 against the Chiefs, 3 today.
So
okay.
I was right. Yeah, I was right. So I got about yeah.
You are correct. So he's at 5 rushing touchdowns on the season.
3 weeks.
Okay. Last 3 weeks. Okay. Right now, he is projected to finish with over 1,600 yards rushing. Right now, he is projected to finish 1,600 yards, which I believe would give him the franchise record for running yards in a single season with the Raiders, which I still think Marcus Allen still holds the record. And oh, by the way, Marcus Allen was in the building
Marcus today. He should have surpassed Marcus today, who was in the building. Yes, indeed. And oh wait, side note, Magic Johnson is trying to buy stake into the Raider organization. And if anybody want to ask me how I feel about that, I'll just say look at Starbucks, Magic Johnson's movie theater, and any other endeavors that he's done, including the dreaded team that I despise in the NL West.
Thank you, San Diego Padres. Thank you, Padres. Thank you very much.
But thank you. But that other team, and I don't give 2 shits about the Padres either. It's just what it is. But anything that Magic Johnson has put his hands on has been somewhat successful. Even the fucking Dodgers in their half-season World Series, or whatever you want to call their World Series championship, it wasn't a full season. As you see, they can't play a full season and win anything. Whatever. But I'm down for Magic. Just what I'm getting down. I'm down for Magic. He is a diehard Raider fan, and I want people in this organization that are fans and that want to be here. So yeah. So now,
as we said, Magic and Mark Davis have been friends since the Raiders were in Los Angeles.
Years.
He's friends with Mark Davis. They've been friends for years.
Yeah.
Obviously, him and Magic and Marcus have been tight for years. So
it just makes sense.
It makes all the sense in the world.
With that said, I am going to sit back and enjoy this next segment of the show because I'm giving the floor to my brother, and I'm giving him to talk about his team. And the one time that I needed this piece of shit organization out of Santa Clara to do one damn job, and they can't do it, as I throw up in my mouth when I say this, that I'm pulling for them to get a W. They don't play like they play in the Rams. I don't get it. They play the Rams and they look like an A1 organization. And I don't believe the Chiefs were a better team today. I don't. I really don't. I mean, we lost to them by 2 points, and you guys got scraped.
No. One
yeah,
point.
Yeah. You guys got scraped. So the floor is yours, my brother. Talk. Let the masses know how you feel about your team right now and their performance, and how that I'm throwing up in my mouth that I wanted your organization to win, and you guys just said, hey, fuck how you feel. We're just going to play football.
On the day that the great Bryant Young was presented his Hall of Fame ring.
Oh, my goodness.
And then on the day you wanted to honor the 2012 NFC Championship.
Without Michael Crabtree, by the way.
That lost the first Super Bowl, by the way. Well, he wasn't there. Kaepernick wasn't there. But Harbaugh was. Which I'm shocked that John and Denise and Jed let him back in the building after you just basically told him to fuck off. Because Jed got in his feelings because Jim didn't call you a man. Oh my God. Anyhow, I have to go back to Super Bowl 54.
Are you going to that third down play?
I'm going back to 3rd and 15. I don't know what it is. A football team and the Chiefs about 3rd and long situations, and you can't get off on 3rd down. For the life of me, I can't understand that. 3rd and 20, and you give it up on a screen pass to Jerick McKinnon, who couldn't even get on the damn field as a Niner because he had knee issues. But credit must be given to Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy, to which I still don't know why Eric Bieniemy is not a head coach in this damn league. For the life of me, I can't understand that.
We could have a show about that because I heard some shit of the reason why that he's not. So, but continue, please.
Which is unfair. Which is why Dan Rooney fought so dang hard to make a freaking Rooney Rule, but that's here nor there. But again, as I said last week, you don't deserve to win if you let an opponent go 9 for 14 on 3rd downs like the Niners did against the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, but for most of the game,
yes,
because really the last 2 they didn't convert doesn't count. But when it counted, okay, I'll just tell you this. Okay, the Chiefs for the game on 3rd down went 6 for 9.
Oh,
6 for 9
on 3rd down. That's 3rd down.
On 3rd down. But when it really counted, they were upset. They did not punt the ball until late in the 4th quarter. Not punt until late in the 4th quarter, when the game was already decided. Okay, Mecole Hardman did something nobody has done in the Super Bowl era. Had 2 rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown today.
I read that.
No one has ever, the list of receivers that have played this game in 103 years that the NFL has been in existence. Mecole Hardman in the Super Bowl is the first one. Not even Jesus in cleats himself, who was at the game and witnessed that embarrassment. The real GOAT was in the house and had to witness that embarrassment with his wife, Jennifer. Okay? So I can't wait for what Steve Young has to say on KMBR when he goes on the Tolbert and
I'll be at work, but I'll probably listen to that later in the podcast.
I'll listen on the podcast, but I can't wait for him to go off. I can't wait for Butcher Boy and Bonte to go off because I know those two are extremely going to go off.
Well, especially Murphy and Mac are going to go off in the morning too.
Murphy, yeah.
Because I listen to them in the morning when I drop the boys off at school. I listen to Murphy and Mac. So that's
So I'm going to be on some Bay Area sports talk radio just listening because this roster, they have too much talent, and you get your left tackle. Michael Lynch, you got to go. I'm sorry. You got to leave. I need a new right tackle. I don't know what happened to you. You were a force at Notre Dame. You were solid your rookie year. I don't know what's happened to you. But I need a new right tackle. I need a new right guard. I need a new right guard. It's time for you to go. It's time for you to go bye-bye. I still need a center, and I'll get Buffett a chance to get a right guard. But I mean, Aaron Banks has been solid. Mm-hmm. I've been waiting for him to get on the field. He's been solid. You know who Trent Williams is. And unfortunately, before he got hurt, Colton McKivitz was doing a fantastic job. Okay, and it's not like the Niners were not moving the ball down the field; they were moving the ball. They had 444 yards of total offense.
Well, and Jimmy can't throw an interception in the red zone. He can't do that.
You can't do that cannot take a sack when you're in field goal range.
Yes.
And then when he punts and makes the punt, and you're at the 12-yard line. And the only ironic thing about that is they throw an interception. The only thing that went bad was Harrison Bucker misses a chip shot. But I guarantee you, if it was a 60-plus yard, he would have made it right down the goddamn middle. That was the only went wrong was Bucker missing a chip shot from 39 yards. But as we said, and as Steve Young has said so many times, especially against a team like the Chiefs, which every time they get in the red zone, it just seems like they score a freaking touchdown. This team in the red zone is absolutely insane and ridiculous. They just have a plethora of ways of just getting in the end zone. And again,
but what I as I was telling you as we were watching the game together, and I was texting you during the game, I was like, you can't continue to get field goals with this team. You have
no.
They're gonna find Andy Reid is a genius.
Yes.
There's one thing with Andy Reid. When you think you may have Andy Reid figured out, he is 10 folds above you. He is 10 steps above every team. Their preparation for every game is ridiculous. I mean,
God bless you if you have to face another bye week.
Yeah. Travis Kelce only had 28 yards receiving with 7 receptions, but 4 of those receptions were red zone TDs.
Another example, breaking news, as we always like to put on the Mizzle Dub Show.
Breaking news.
Charger safety, J.C. Jackson, dislocated kneecap in the loss to the Seahawks. Which we'll get to that as we go through the scores in the show. But all that money the Chargers pay him, and blame the NFL app because they said safety.
Well, no, he's a corner. But anyway, we do see here. Look at this. There's an actual paid app that put information out there, and it's false. He is not a safety. He is a
cornerback.
He's a corner. He's
but
not
nonetheless.
But what do me and my brother know? He works at a place in the hotel, and I work
in the hospital.
And we do a show for our people because they love to hear us talk.
And give a whole lot of passion. But
that was a whole lot of passion that I got from my brother right there with his team.
And okay, can we please stop calling Kyle Shanahan a genius? Stop right now. Like I said, there's only one genius that was called a genius, and his name is Bill Walsh.
100.
Okay.
Well, you can even throw Seifert in there. You can throw Seifert in there.
Well, I mean, Seifert took the mantle, and
he was a genius.
And also, yes, he was, because he was the man behind those great defenses led by Ron Lott and Fred Dean and Eric Wright and Dwight Hicks. And he won 2 Super Bowls as well, which I'm sorry, George Seifert needs to be in the Hall of Fame because every other coach.
Let me sip on my beer while I just gave a 49er coach credit.
Wow. Everyone else that's won 2+, with the exception of Tom Coughlin, because he hasn't officially retired yet. But everyone that's won 2+ Super Bowls is in the Hall of Fame. Give George Seifert his due. That's all I'm saying. Because George Seifert, for a long time, was right up there with Madden as far as winning percentage goes. Until he had those last 2 years in Carolina where he didn't do so well. But his tenure as a Niner, right up there with Madden when it comes to winning percentage. As Niners head coach, never had a losing season.
Yep.
And of course, every year that John Madden coached didn't have a losing season. So I digress. But again, I love my team just as much as my brother loves his team. And even when we're out, we will still be wearing our colors next week talking about go team go, because that's just what being a fan is. But with that said, my team is not a come from behind team. They're not. They're very good when they're playing ahead. But under Kyle Shanahan, when they're trailing going into the fourth quarter, they've only come back and won one time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was against the Steelers, who, by the way, was playing that game without their future Hall of Fame quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. Because I guarantee you, if Big Ben's playing, they don't win that game. With that said, I like how they introduced McCaffrey. I'm
he was
expecting
sharp.
good things for him.
He was sharp.
But keep the balance with him and Jeff Wilson Jr. Jeff Wilson Jr. ran good today. He really did. But unfortunately, some of his runs some of his runs were called back because, again, Mike McGlinchey can't block to save his life, holding on to Carlos Dunlap for dear life. Now, yes, there were some missed calls on our side because the Chiefs were doing some stuff that weren't called, but of course, you can't see everything.
Of course.
And again, if you want to analyze the
replay, referees on our show, you will never. We might say the referees had a hand in the game, but you will never hear us blame the referees on anything that we talk about on our show. That's
unless it's an obvious, blatant call like Grady Jarrett's sack on Tom Brady against the Falcons and the Buccaneers, because that was just too damn obvious. That's just too damn obvious.
That was a host job. That was a host job. We know that.
That was a freaking textbook sack, but you want to call roughing the passer? Get the hell out of here with that. Miss me with all that.
But wait. You can DDT somebody.
Oh,
but we're not gonna throw a flag.
You can give them the Rick Steiner belly to belly suplex, and it's okay. You can F5 them like Brock Lesnar. But that's okay. But do something textbook. Personal foul. Roughing the passer. 15-yard penalty. Adding in the play. First step. Really? Watching football? Or are we watching wrestling? Which one are we watching? You tell me.
Sometimes it's a pain to be a fan and watch sports that you love because you know the rules and the outlet of it because they give you the rules. But when you see a referee not abiding by the rules, that's in any sport. That's boxing, that's baseball, basketball, football. You look at it, it's like, wait a minute. Because you already know, me and you, bro, we love this. Any sport that we talk about and we have a passion for, we do our research on it. We want to know everything about it so we can talk about it. So when something goes wrong in something that we watch and we look at it and it's like, wait a minute, that doesn't work. How are you telling me that? And I don't want to dial too much on the Brady thing, but it's a perfect example. You say we can't, as a defensive player, you can't go at the leg. You can't do this. You can't do that. So when I take him down and I don't put none of my weight on him because you don't want me to fall on him.
None.
You don't want me to fall on him. But I sling him to the ground and I cause no injury. And you mean to tell me that's 15? But that's textbook.
What they teach you in practice, even though they don't have much padded practices, and another reason why they're probably is soft determined because they don't practice enough in pads.
Yeah.
Like how you expect me to get better if I'm not practicing in pads?
I'm just gonna say this: the NFL is getting about as soft as AD.
Oh, softer than Sherman. Oh my!
The NFL is getting softer than AD, and that's saying a lot because I still don't see him playing a full season. And I know we're jumping into the sport, but
and again, at times I have defended Garoppolo to some extent because again, normally when he plays, they normally win. Okay, some of the losses on him because I'm sorry. How do you not know someone is coming from behind you? You can't film it and you take a safety. Again, but you got to film the person's coming. If you feel it coming.
The text I sent you though. The text I sent you was his deep ball passing ain't worth shit. Because if he puts that ball, I can't remember what the exact play, but if that ball goes a little farther, the wide receiver is right here and the defensive player is right here. If you put the ball on a run,
if he leads Danny Gray into that ball with Danny Gray's speed, who is a very fast man from SMU.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put it like this. If Trey Lance throws that ball, Danny Gray is running for 6.
I agree. I agree because I guarantee Trey Lance is putting that ball a little further.
Yeah.
Jimmy G does not have
him use
a
his
deep
speed.
ball.
No, he never has.
And you need even when he was kind of need that.
Even when he was with the Patriots, that's not a strong suit. And I get it. Joe Montana was not a deep ball thrower. He could throw the ball
Joe
deep.
Montana knew how to throw the perfect route. He knew where he know how to throw the perfect route.
Yes, he knew how to throw you open.
And I'll say this: what he did. Excuse me if I'm saying the name wrong. What he did in the Super Bowl with John Taylor against the Bengals.
Yes,
that was tremendous. He knew he could throw the ball, but the slant routes was working.
Yes,
the immediate pass was working.
And like I said, the one ball that John Taylor catches happens to be the game-winning touchdown. Because everybody in the stadium, even Sam White, and you can watch on NFL films, you can clearly hear Sam White say, "It's going to Rice now," and Joe's like, "No, I'm going to JT. All JT's going to do is run a slant to the post, and boom, I'm going to hit him right there."
Wasn't that?
And lo and behold, Joe
this. You already know how I feel about your team, about anything, but when it comes to when something is just done so right in sports, how a beautiful play comes together, that pass that Joe Montana threw to John Taylor, that ranks up to me the pass that Big Ben threw to Santonio Holmes in the Super Bowl. They will never make that throw again in their career. I guarantee you.
But I'll just say this. If you are really committed to Trey Lance if you're the 49ers, no matter how the season ends,
yes,
you gotta get Garoppolo out there. Again, God bless him for what he has done. He brought hope back to this franchise when he got here in 2017. No question about that. Okay. But you decide not to run out of bounds in Kansas City. You overthrow a wide open Emmanuel Sanders in Super Bowl 54.
Whoa, that was a downfall.
And I don't care.
That was a downfall.
And
that
I don't
Kansas City.
And I don't care what anybody says. Emmanuel Sanders was being nice when he said no, it was not Jimmy's fault for the overthrown ball. He was being nice. God bless him for doing that. But door was open, you got to hit him. Man had to step on the defender, you got to hit him. You got to make that pass. Anyhow, Kittle had a solid game. 6 for 98 and a touchdown. IU 7 catches for 82 yards, and could have had some more. It's just those offensive players that the Niners have. If they had the quarterback, they should be doing what the Chiefs just did to them today. And yet, I sit here and say the Niners had a chance to draft him, but instead, Kyle Shanahan, you wanted to draft C.J. Beathard in the 3rd round. And that's no disrespect, Beathard. It's not because he's fulfilling what a lot of kids dream to do. He's doing that. So, but still, you could have had Deshaun Watson, even though you probably wouldn't have had him this year.
Yeah.
Good man.
Well, I believe your organization dodged that bullet. You should be happy with the bullet that you guys dodged, because do you really want that in Santa Clara?
Again, of course, speaking in hindsight, now that's the Browns' problem. But
yeah,
if he does get cleared of all this, what the Browns could be with him handing off to Nick Chubb and throwing to Amari Cooper and Peoples-Jones and David Njoku.
Wait.
They possibly get.
That's the first time that I've seen Jacoby Brissett. Him and Amari Cooper were on point today, and we'll touch on that as we go through the scores. But what a blessing to have Nick Chubb as your running back, though. Just what a blessing to have that. Just what a blessing to have that.
And damn it, give me points, Georgia Bulldog. Hunker down. Which, by the way, it is Gators week, and we're looking to feed on some gator meat this week in Jacksonville, as it is the world's largest cocktail party. But you can't give up 3rd and long on back-to-back drives, and they came into this game statistically as the number 1 defense in the league, and rightfully so. They earned that distinction. Yes, every team will have a bad game. It happens in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Every dog has its day.
Yes.
And last week the Atlanta Falcons had their day, and rightfully so. Like I said on the last show, the Falcons until today, the Falcons were the first team to actually beat the Niners, and now the Niners beat themselves. The last 2 weeks, the Falcons and the Chiefs beat the Niners' ass soundly.
Yeah.
Soundly and full-fledged. And kudos to Arthur Smith, who's doing a fantastic job with the Falcons.
Fantastic.
And we already know who Andy Reid is. So again, in the beginning of this game, the Niners got up for the Chiefs, and we're right there with them. But again, you cannot give up a 3rd and 20. You can't. And you can't give up a 3rd and 12, a 3rd and 11 after you sack the quarterback. You can't do that. And you're going to let Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who does have butterfinger issues at the time, running free, wide open. Chavius Ward, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Starting from the Chiefs to be that guy. And for the most part this season, you have been. Now, with that said, first few games of the year, the first few games, the Niners gave up a total of 61 points. Last 2 games, giving up 65.
Ooh.
Yes, I know injuries have had a part of it. And I know the last 5 years, the Niners have lost due to injury 1,631 plus games missed due to injury. My team is number 1, followed by the Commies, and I forgot who the other team was. But that's a lot of games to be missing.
Yeah.
And again, me and my brother are going to go back on this whole field turf thing and why field turf should be outlawed in the damn NFL, because again, some more injuries happening on this dang synthetic turf.
Yeah.
Now, with that said, as my brother said at the start of the show, their come to Jesus moment comes again next week in the form of the Inglewood Rams in SoFi next Sunday. So it's not going to surprise me one bit if they go into their bye week. Out of the bye week, they have to play the Chargers at home on Sunday night. It's not going to surprise me one bit if they get right against the Rams again. Because again, I don't know why it is with this team, but they see those damn horns in blue and gold and they want to get right. I don't get it. I don't understand it. For the life of me, it drives me nuts. But at the same time, offensive line, trying to give some smudge of protection for Garoppolo. And Garoppolo, stop taking the sack and throw the ball away. Live to play enough.
I sent you multiple texts about him doing that. He should got rid of the ball multiple times.
And just like you're tired of seeing Daniel Carson, I love Robbie Gould. Robbie Gould has been a fantastic kicker in this whole game. But if I'm depending on Robbie Gould for fantasy points, that's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. It's about scoring touchdowns in this league. And to beat a team like the Chiefs, you have got to put points. Now, yes, the reason why the Bills and the Chiefs were close games is because the Bills have seen the Chiefs, the Bills know the Chiefs, Chiefs know the Bills. So that's why it was considered a low-scoring game. Okay, division opponent, you expect, a 30-29 type of score because, again, they see each other 2 times a year. So it's just more of, okay, don't let this beat you because you know what they run, they know what we run. That's what it boils down to. But the Niners, the Rams, and then they go into the bye week at 4-4 and take it from there. But now to go through, which, by the way, the Dolphins lead 7-0 over the Steelers on Sunday night.
And they're already
in the first quarter. And the Dolphins are wearing the throwbacks. Are wearing the throwbacks to honor the 72 Dolphins, of course, the only undefeated season in NFL history, and of course, it's the 50th anniversary. So the Dolphins lead 7-0, and anything that's breaking that game, we will also inform you and let you know because that's just what we do here on the Mizzle Dub Show.
They're about to line up right now for a field goal to try to go up 10-0. Tua led Mustard into a horrible situation. Mustard still should have held on to the ball, but that was a good stick. So
that sounds like my quarterback throwing them into positions where they can just get hit and just their heads knocked off. That sounds too familiar for me.
Yeah.
Yes. Am I bashing? Yes, I am bashing. I'm pissed.
So with updated
I'm pissed because
the Dolphins are up 10-0. But I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
By the way, the damn Sharks lead 2-0 with the Flyers. Can they hold the lead is the question.
I won't celebrate nothing until I see the end of the score. Not even gonna give.
I love it.
Not gonna give them a fist pump because they're up 2-0 because I've seen this team and I know it. So yeah.
Also going on right now, you do have Game 4 of the American League Championship Series, which the Yankees are trying to live to play another day, and the Astros are trying to get Dusty Baker that elusive World Series ring. They're out of the first. That is scoreless. We already mentioned that the Philadelphia Phillies, for the 8th time in their history, clinched the national pennant. And Bryce Harper, what a moment. This is why he signed that big deal to come to Philly and had a tremendous at-bat and hits an opposite field home run to deep left field to solidify him as the NLCS. And, well, I mean, everyone, LeBron was hyped being on Sports Illustrated. So was Bryce Harper. And in my opinion, not only has Bryce Harper lived up to the hype, I think he has surpassed it because the only thing that faulted Bryce Harper was he hasn't advanced out of the first round of the postseason. Yeah. And he did. And he showed why. The kid is a special talent. And yes, that was my mom asking me, are we doing the show? Yes. Again, live, folks. Anything can happen live on the Mizzle Dub Show. That's just how we are. Okay. Anyhow, just to quickly go through the scores, and then we may do another show tomorrow. You never know, to really go dissect Week 7 of the NFL. But just to go through the scores, Bengals beat the Falcons 35-17. Dak comes back. It was a struggle for a minute, but the Cowboys pulled away. They beat the Lions 24-6. Titans beat the Colts, although it came with a price. Tannehill left the game in a walking boot, so we'll see if Malik Willis will get his first start as Titans quarterback. We said we weren't going to be surprised if this happened. It happened. The Commies beat the Packers 23-21. And P.J. Walker, give that man a game ball. The Carolina Panthers, with the upset of the day, they beat the Buccaneers.
That's the biggest one. Yeah, that's the biggest one.
Drama on the pirate ship, and damn it, the East Rutherford Giants just continue to find a way to get it done. They are 6-1 in the NFC East. The whole NFC East.
The Eagles are number 5.
They are 6. They are 6-0, but the Giants are. But the Giants are right there. They're right behind them. Yeah. And in the battle between the Browns and the Browns, the original Browns, the Ravens, get the win over the Browns, 23-20. Never lacking drama when those two teams get together.
Nope.
And the Jets remain undefeated on the road. They beat
the
Broncos.
Go! Shout out to our only Jets fans that follow the show. Let's go.
But unfortunately, it came with a price. Indications suggest that Breece Hall, the outstanding rookie from Iowa State for the Jets, possibly might have torn his ACL.
Yeah.
We will keep you updated and let you guys know. And that hurts us because me and him are big Breece Hall fans. Watch the tape on him at Iowa State. You'll understand why. Yeah. As already mentioned, his Raiders, thanks to a big fourth quarter and thanks to another big day from Josh Jacobs, they get their second win of the year. They beat the Texans 30-20. And the Chargers take a doozy as the Seattle Seahawks, led by Geno Smith, now lead the NFC West. They beat the Chargers 37-23. Early in the week on Thursday, the Cardinals and the Saints decided let's not play no kind of defense whatsoever.
Shoot out.
And the Cardinals get the win 42-34. So that's just a quick synopsis of week 7 in the NFL. Like I said, we may do a show tomorrow and go fully through week 8 and whatever else in the wild of sports. But,
definitely down.
But, duty happens. But we want to come all, and the Steelers just threw interception. By the Dolphins. I told you, folks, breaking news always happens on the Mizzle Dub Show. So, interception by Bethel by the Dolphins, and I don't know why the Dolphins went away from this jerseys. I really don't know.
I honestly
should go back.
Oh,
they should really go back
down.
Yes.
Chase Claypool is gone. He's being traded. But yeah, big pick.
He's been under trade talks. Brandon Cook's been under trade talks. Even Jerry Jeudy has been the subject of trade talks, which is quite shocking. Oh, this is the Thursday night game. Okay. Well, damn it, Lamar Jackson, give me points this upcoming Thursday. Buccaneers and Ravens on Thursday night. We'll preview tomorrow. But we wanted to come on here and, of course, give you a passionate show.
Well,
and of course,
one of my brothers has the most.
More so me. It's Victory Sunday and Victory Monday for him. For me, it's I've had enough. I've had enough, and something has got to change because, again, there's too much talent on my roster for them to be underachieving and being 3-4. With that said, Josh Jacobs had a tremendous, fantastic day. Enjoy the victory, sir, because I know you've been waiting for this. And really, realistically, there's a chance for y'all to get right. Y'all can win the next 2 games. I really believe that.
Well, we got
you guys play the Saints and Jaguars respectively. But I think you can win both games and get to the bye week at 4-4. I really do.
There's no bye week for us. We came off the bye week.
Oh, you came. That's right.
So this is the first Raider victory in a while coming off the bye week. So we'll take that. But yeah, next week is going to be real crucial. But we do appreciate you guys tapping in on our passionate. Well, like I said, my brother's passionate. This was more for him than it was for anything else. I just wanted to get his frustration out. And on a quick note, because my brother is probably on his way to go see the movie Black Adam, I will say this. Just see it. Just see it. Give it your own perspective. Watch it as...
I'll just say it like this. We may even do a show tonight reviewing the Black Adam movie. So stay tuned. You never know. You never know.
Watch it as you're trying to understand what The Rock and DC is about to do. I believe what's about to happen right now. Oh, it should have been a flag on that play. But anyway.
On the interception?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that. He's holding him by his waist. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that should have been 15.
But Black Adam is about to do what Iron Man did for Marvel. Not comparing the movies, Sam, because Iron Man was 100% solid. But when you watch Black Adam, you're going to get the understanding like, okay, especially when you get the ending credit. And see, I don't want to give too much. I want to talk to you after you see it because there's a lot of things that happen in Black Adam that's going to lead to a lot of other DC movies that can bring a lot of stuff together when you watch Black Adam. And if you get what I saw.
Let's just say this. Even before we see the movie, you get a glimpse and a taste of the original Justice League before the Justice League became the Justice League. That's set in
JSA.
That is set in this movie.
Yes.
Okay. Which a lot of people, if you know your comic book history, the JSA was here before the JLA, but that's here nor there. Also, at the same time, if WB Discovery wouldn't be so pussified, as I like to say, you would have had Black Adam be rated R. Oh, he was wide open, my goodness.
What a catch.
But oh yes, Jalen Waddle all day. Give me points if he's in your fantasy league. But you have a guy like The Rock,
Yeah.
been trying for 15 years to get this movie done, to play this role. And DC kept asking, do you want to play another role? He's like, no. And even when he was on Jimmy Fallon, he said, I love the character of Superman. He's a DC guy. He said that full-fledged. I'm a DC guy. Love Superman. But the story of Black Adam has not been told. I want to tell this story. And
he did.
And he gave it away when he told a certain somebody, welcome home with the homecoming, which again, I'm gonna go watch it tonight, which we already knew that the appearance is gonna happen. And I just want to see how he returns, because again, if there's 3 things I want to see, okay, one is I so badly want the Black Adam versus Superman Shazam movie in real life form. Damn it, I want that so badly. And if you haven't seen the animated version, damn it, you need to watch it.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. You have to watch it. I mean, I'll be okay with a one-on-one Superman versus Black Adam movie, because you know Dwayne and you know Henry are gonna bring it. And number 2, of course, damn it, the one thing I want the most, damn it, give me Kal-El, give me Darkseid, and damn it, let Kal-El go loose, because Darkseid can take it. That's all I want. That's it. Anyways, I'm going to change clothes and prepare and put my black stuff on. I forgot to get my Black Adam t-shirt. I'll get that later on the week, but I'm going to change to go watch the movie. And like I said, you may get a bonus show tonight just strictly talking about the Black Adam movie. Just saying. Or we may do Black Adam and really preview week 8 of the NFL. You never know with the Mizzle Dub Show, but the one thing that we always strive to do and always try to do is give the people what they want. You ask for more shows. So here we are. And we know that football season is our peak season. So here we are. Again, we do this for you. So ideas, as the Dolphins are attempting a 41-yard field goal by Sanders to try and make this 13-0 against the Steelers with 2.5 to go in the first quarter.
And
here's the snap.
13-0.
He got it. So it's 13-0 Miami. So this is what we do. We do this for y'all. So again, any subject you want us to tackle, any sport you want us to tackle.
Yes.
Even if we don't know it, if you want us to talk about it, we will bring you on the show so you can help us get involved and be like, okay, this is why I like this sport. And also, in closing, as you guys know, yours truly, since September, has been given the tremendous privilege and opportunity to be doing play-by-play for high school football.
Yes.
And the last game I did was between Liberty and Desert Pines, which, for those that try to watch and listen, we sincerely apologize. There was trouble with the feed. There was a couple of times where I got kicked off the air and didn't know it. So again, we apologize. I apologize for that, sincerely. You missed a heck of a competitive game. The final score was 16-7, showing off tremendous defense. It was a darn good one. It was 9-7 throughout most of the game. Desert Pines has a chance to score. They don't, and then Liberty gets at the end, which Liberty ends up winning the league and getting home field for the playoffs for them. But I am proud to announce and say that this upcoming Thursday, yours truly will be behind the mic for his first ever high school playoff football game. So kickoff will be at 6 p.m. So I will be doing play-by-play for Green Valley versus Arborview. So this is the second time that I'm seeing Arborview. The last time I saw Arborview, they got shellacked by Bishop Gorman in their stadium. So 6 p.m. on Thursday, I will do what I normally do when it's game day. I will send out to where you can watch it if you want to subscribe and watch and hear yours truly do some commentary. So I'm excited about that. But I'm glad you enjoyed the movie, but I know the wife wants time with the husband, so I'm going to go let you do your husband duties. And like I said, we may tap back in sometime tonight to talk about Black Adam and to preview Week 8 and go through Week 7 on the hill. But he is a very happy Raider fan. I'm a very disgruntled Niner fan. But as always, we thank you for watching. We appreciate y'all. God bless y'all. And as always, it is 12:05 o'clock. Some damn where. Salute, my friends.
All right.
And we may see you later on tonight. Another edition of the Mizzle Dub Show.